But can they do it on a cold, rainy night in Stoke? So, a bit of fun for today's experiment. We all know the saying, can they do it on a cold, rainy night in Stoke? Basically applies to the best players and teams of the world. The likes of Lionel Messi, Xavi, Iniesta never played in the Premier League, so there was always debate about whether they would be able to compete with the physicality of the league. So that's what we're going to be finding out today. I have placed Barcelona in the Premier League, as we could see here, to see how they get on, if they can win the league, if they are knocked out of the European places, and then at the end we're going to do a live match away against Stoke City to see what happens. Of course, FIFA doesn't really take into account these kind of things, but you never know, something interesting might happen, so let's find out. I'm going to be impartial as Newcastle United, and I'm going to sim forward to the end of the season to see how Barcelona do in their new surroundings. So as we sit at the end of the season, let's take a look at the Premier League table to see how Barcelona got on. Unsurprisingly, they're not in the bottom part here, although Burnley somehow got relegated, only 22 points. A bit surprising there. As we scroll forward, our Newcastle team finished 11th, was Everton in 10th, Arsenal finishing 9th, Leicester City in 8th, Wolves got 7th, Chelsea 6th, Manchester United 5th, Tottenham came 4th with 97 points. Some strange points tallies in some of these simulations. It's Tottenham who do come out in 4th, probably a record number of points for a 4th place team, 97. Manchester City are 3rd, also with 97 points. And Barcelona finished 2nd. 100 points, 100 goals scored and 30 goals conceded, so the defence was their issue in the Premier League. And it is Liverpool that comes out on top, going unbeaten. 104 points, a goal difference of plus 86. So Barcelona not faring well in the Premier League. Let's take a look how they got on in the cup competitions. In the FA Cup it was Liverpool again, winning 2-1 over Manchester City. Barcelona going out in the quarter-finals to Manchester City. So not a great showing from them in the FA Cup either. And Liverpool again winning the Carabao Cup this time. So it's a domestic treble for Liverpool. They've managed to beat Wolves 2-0 in the final. Barcelona going out in round 4 to Manchester City again. So Manchester City being the Achilles heel of Barcelona in this simulation. Let's have a look how they got on in Europe. It was Real Madrid that won the Champions League, 2-1 over Juventus in the final. Barcelona going out in the semi-finals on away goals to Real Madrid. So no real change in progression in the European competitions for Barcelona. Still a big threat in Europe, they just struggled to overcome Liverpool in the league. For those who are interested, it was Lazio that won the Europa League, winning 2-1 over Galatasaray. In terms of individual performances, Antoine Griezmann had a good season, scoring 34 goals in 37 matches to come out as top scorer in the Premier League, 4 ahead of Sadio Mane. Dele Alli managed to get 3rd place with 26, and we have to go down to 5th where we find Lionel Messi only getting 20 goals in the Premier League, so a disappointing season for him. And Jordi Alba from left back getting 17 goals in 10th place, so that's an interesting one. Messi made up for it in assists though, getting 16 assists and coming out on top there, ahead of Kevin De Bruyne with 12. Antoine Griezmann again on this list in 3rd with 11 assists. Jordi Alba actually having the season of his life, down in 13th place with 7 assists as well, taking his total number of goal involvements to 24. And perhaps the statistic that explains everything, we see Marc-Andre ter Stegen, despite being, I think, the highest rated goalkeeper in the Premier League now, has only managed to finish 8th with only 9 clean sheets. He only played 29 games though, so he was out with a bit of an injury. But even still, Neto only managed 3 clean sheets, taking the total to 12 for Barcelona, which would only bump Barcelona up to 7th in clean sheets, just ahead of Rui Patricio and just behind David De Gea. So poor defensive showing from Barcelona in this simulation. Let's go ahead and see how they get on a rainy away night in Stoke. So here we are at the Britannia Stadium. It's a cold, rainy night. So let's get ready for Stoke City against Barcelona. And it's a free kick here for Stoke City early on in the game. Maybe a chance for an early upset. It's Klukas to take the free kick. He's going to go for goal. And it just goes over the bar, landing on the roof of the net. So close from Stoke City to take an early lead. With Lionel Messi. Eases past the defence and comes wide. Options in the middle. He's going to go it by himself though, inside to Jordi Alba. And it's blocked and Stoke will clear. Busquets breaking down the right hand side now. Plays it across. And the header is blocked and Butland will gather the ball. Sergio Busquets now. Frankie de Jong. Now with Messi. To Suarez who takes the shot. And it's gone wide. It's a long ball trying to find Tom Ince. He has space to run onto it. Two Stoke players running into the box now. Plays it inside to Powell. Crosses the ball and it nearly finds its way to Campbell, but ter Stegen gets to the ball first. Griezmann out wide to Jordi Alba. Options in the box. Can he find them? Plays it far post trying to find Messi, but Butland punches it clear. It's Messi now. Out wide to Griezmann. One last chance in this half maybe. As Griezmann plays it into the box towards Frankie de Jong, but it can't quite get to him. And Stoke will end the half level. So at half time, despite having 73% of the possession, Barcelona haven't managed to do anything with it, only accumulating 2 shots with that possession and only one of them being on target. So they've only got 45 minutes to turn this around, or it's looking like it might end in a draw. Stoke City coming forward again now. Here's Campbell. Back to Ince. Still has the ball. Back to Powell. Out wide to Smith. Gets round Griezmann and crosses it towards McLean at the far post. Tries to head it back across, but it's deflected and out for a corner to Stoke. It's McLean with the corner. Tries to find Vokes at the near post, but it is cleared away. Now with James Chester. Forward to McLean. Plays a 1-2 with Powell. McLean cuts it back inside, gets round Busquets. Tries to cross it into the box, but ter Stegen punches it clear. Messi plays it forward to Frankie de Jong. Back to Messi, now is Suarez. Finds Vidal. Forward trying to find Messi, but Butland gets there first. Here's Messi coming wide again now. Playing a ball across, trying to find Vidal. It's fallen to Suarez, or maybe de Jong. De Jong with a chance, and Barcelona. It's taken them 72 minutes to find the breakthrough, but it comes via Frankie de Jong. The ball was played in, trying to find Vidal originally. It bounced back. I thought it was going to fall to Suarez, but it fell to Frankie de Jong, who aims it to Butland's left-hand side. And despite getting a touch on the ball, Butland can't save it, and Barcelona are 1-0 up. Here's Vokes now forward to Ince. Gives it back to Vokes. Tries to get round the defender, but Barcelona just cut it out. Another great chance for Stoke. Antoine Griezmann getting round Klukas. Forward to Suarez. Gets the ball back now. Goes for the shot, but Butland saves it. One last chance maybe for Stoke to get an equaliser here, as Tom Ince is coming forward. It's played inside to Oakley Booth. Now with Vokes. It's a long ball trying to find Ince, but it's not going to reach him. And that is the end of the game. It was a very valiant effort from Stoke City. They kept out Barcelona for so long, created some great chances as well in the game, could have had 1 or 2 goals themselves, but in the end Barcelona were too strong. And to answer the question, can Barcelona do it on a cold rainy night in Stoke? Yes, they can, but only just. But if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button, hit subscribe, leave any feedback down in the comments below, and I'll see you next time.